Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. I just wanted to go over my little Hawaiian plant really quick because I know a lot of you are having a problems growing this plant right here, and I've gotten mine to come back quite a bit lately. We've got new blooms and a new branch coming out. You can see that really shiny new leaf in there. And we have, if you look on the bottom here, we have another leaf, and there's another one hiding back here somewhere. I forgot where it was, but this plant's a lot happier in this location. Now, this is my bathroom. I'm starting to get a little collection together inside my bathroom, and I have to change a little bit of plants here because these are what's left. I had to take my jade out of here because he got acclimated and he has to grow outside now in like 6 hours of sun. This only gets filtered dappled light through the curtain. Really, really bright light. And you can see I'm growing quite a bit in my bathroom here. We're going to do a little video on growing low light plants and getting some low light plants together because these are really doing well in here through this filtered light through the curtain. So when I put my hands over my plants like this, my plants aren't hot. This foliage is not hot. Because if it gets hot, what'll happen is it'll start looking bare like this, and you'll start burning your foliage like we did here. So for this little plant, she stays in this bright indirect light for most of the day. She does get about 3 hours, 4 hours, I'd say. I'd say 3 to 5 now because we're changing. We're getting into the summertime, so the sun is changing now. And I have to watch my plants. I have to make sure they're not burning. And we're looking good. She has nice, healthy leaves. We're giving her 2 tablespoons of fish fertilizer once every few weeks, and she's doing really well. She grows all year long here inside for me. She doesn't go dormant because the temperatures don't change inside, and she's really, really pretty. You can see these leaves are nice and shiny. So when she's shiny like that, that means she's happy. If these leaves get really, really dull looking, it means she needs just a little bit more humidity around her, which is why I put her in the bathroom. As soon as I put her in here, I noticed she started blooming like crazy for me and pushing out that new foliage. Now, as soon as this container dries out to the bottom, I go ahead and water because she doesn't like to stay dry in between the waterings or it can tend to damage that foliage. She's planted in a terracotta pot and I have her in 3/4 parts potting mix, just regular organic potting mix for any potted containers. And then I have her in a 1/4 part succulent soil with some added perlite in there just to give her some extra drainage because we live in Central Florida, Zone 9B, and we get very, very humid here. And my pots like to stay wet for a long time. And it also causes mold to set on top of the containers as well. If your soil's staying moist for longer than 4 or 5 days, you can start growing mold on top of the containers, the soil line here, and that's no good. You know your soil's staying a little bit too wet if that's happening, and you should try to put a little more drainage material, something like this perlite. This white stuff is perlite, and that works really, really good. Oop, that's not perlite. This white stuff here is perlite, and that works really, really good to help with drainage. And the cactus, succulent, palm, and citrus mix also helps with drainage as well. That has perlite nutrients in the soil, and it also has some sand and some sphagnum moss. I'm not sure what else is in there. I'll have to take a look and type it down in the description below for you, but I'll let you know what kind of potting soil I use. I'll put it in the description. It's just Miracle-Gro potting soil and then the Miracle-Gro succulent soil. I use 3/4 parts of the potting soil, 1/4 part succulent soil. And that's it, you guys. She stays right here. And I just feed the once a month with my Dyna-Gro Grow. It's a 795. And I also feed with that fish fertilizer on and off. I kind of alternate the two, my Dyna-Gro Grow and the fish fertilizer. I alternate. So 1 month I'll use the Dyna-Gro Grow, and the next month I'm feeding, I'll use the fish fertilizer at 2 tablespoons per gallon of water, and it works really, really well for a lot of my plants inside. One thing I did want to mention about this plant is to leave some soil room on the top because this plant grows roots from the top. So instead of the roots growing underneath the soil, what happens is they'll start pushing out roots up top. They'll grow roots here, as you can see, starting to push out. So you'll need to like raise the soil line. You'll have to keep adding soil in there as she grows taller because that's how these grow. They don't grow underneath the soil. They grow kind of roots on top of the soil, and then you have to add soil on it to cover those roots up. Let me see if we can get a little close up so I can show you what I mean. You can see that we had buried her quite a bit, but now she's growing that little root out of the side there, right there. Sorry, I'm shaking. I'm trying to get a picture. You can see that little root right there. So we're going to have to put soil in here, transplant her, because we filled this pot up all the way. We don't have any more room. We're going to have to fill that soil up to here and cover that little root, because that's how she grows. So as she grows, you want to keep throwing soil in there and just let her rock out. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you have any questions at all or any video requests, let me know, and I'd love to help you in any way I can. Trying to get a lot of videos together here for you guys. We have a lot more here to come from the garden. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.